Fam. Baba Cigar Guy here, Travelers Rest, South Carolina, and I just want to celebrate you. That's right. Today is Father's Day. And if you have that honor and privilege and responsibility of being a father in this world, I want to celebrate you. I hope today was a great day for you. I hope the people around you fired up the barbecue, took you out to dinner, made you something special, did this, that, and the other. I just hope it was a day where you felt like you were seen, that you were appreciated, and that you were loved. I know as guys, we act like we don't need all that. We act like we're behind the scenes, and in some ways we are. But it's always nice every once in a while to just have somebody say, you know what, I see you, and I thank you. What you do makes a difference, and it does. It absolutely does. I know that now that my kids are in their 30s, Father's Day is different. I remember when they were teensy little and the First Lady would do the Father's Day stuff because the kids were too small, and then they got a little older and they'd get to go out to Walmart or Kmart or wherever and buy me a little something, and they'd give it to me and they'd be all excited about it. And then you start getting into when the kids are getting into carving their own path and living their own lives, and maybe they're not there. Maybe they're off somewhere. Maybe you just get a phone call or a card. And then it gets a little later in life where we are, where everybody just gets together and hang out, and they've got kids of their own. And so you get to see them get appreciated as fathers. You pull back a little bit and you allow them to shine just a little bit more. It's really, really important if your life sets you up where you're a father, whether it's your child or not, and you choose to be in that father role. It's important to be present. It's important to make a difference. It's one of those jobs where you're going to be probably the villain most of the time. You know, mom's got it a little bit better. They get to do a little bit more of the fun stuff. They have a lot of responsibilities, that's for sure. But the dad comes in and he brings that order. Now, I know it's different in everybody's house and everybody's life. I know that. And I'm speaking in generalities. But regardless of what your responsibilities are, regardless of what your role and duties are in that child's life, they're important. I hope that you're present. If you haven't been blessed with the opportunity to be a dad, I highly recommend you find some young people in your life and pour into them. Be a father figure. Be a mentor. It's important. Kids need to know the safety and security of a man that loves them, because the world's going to pretend that they love them, but they don't. And if those children don't have foundational roots where they know they're valuable because of who they are, not because of what they do, sometimes it's easy for them to go sideways. And in doing that, their life isn't as great as it could be, and their consequences are more than they ought to. So as a father, I congratulate you for being a dad. I challenge you to continue being involved and engaged in that life. I continue to look for opportunity. I encourage you to look for opportunities to reach into other people and pour into them. And if you see a young dad that's struggling, that maybe feels like he's not being seen, maybe feels like I'd rather be doing this, that, and the other, I hope you take him by the shoulder and just sit down and have a chat with him. Maybe get a cigar and say, hey, let's talk for a minute. And then share some of your experiences. It's funny, if we talked about the changing of the diapers, the dealing with the schools and the teachers and the wrecking of the cars, and I'm speaking mostly about my life as a kid to my parents, it doesn't sound like the greatest job in the whole wide world, but I'll tell you, it is. And when you sit back and then you see how your children have grown and how you can say, you know what, I had a hand in that, and I'm blessed. So, as a dad, happy Father's Day. I hope today's great, and I hope you celebrate it. Now, go back and smoke another cigar. Get another brat off the barbecue. Sounds good to me. I'll see you later. Later, Tater. I love you. I really do.